Is South Carolina considered the Deep South? Yes. One thing you gotta realize is that the Deep South is not just a phrase, it's a standard. And South Carolina checks all the boxes for the standard. It was a state that was economically dependent on slave labor and plantations. Although plantations in the upstate were nothing compared to plantations in the low country, slave labor was still used to build things like Clemson University. Also, to be considered the Deep South, you had to have a strict reliance on agriculture. In the Low Country, they grew rice, indigo, some cotton, and some tobacco. In the Midlands, they grew tobacco. It was also the political powerhouse that kept the state reliant on agricultural work and therefore enslavement as well. And then in the Upstate, they grew mostly cotton, very little tobacco. One of the last standards in order to consider yourself the Deep South is your state's relation to the United States during the Civil War. South Carolina was the first state to secede from the United States during the Civil War. All three of those standards would make South Carolina the Deep South. That is, reliance on slavery, reliance on agriculture, and the first state to secede from the United States. South Carolina checks all the boxes. That's a historic standard. There is really no modern standard for what is considered the Deep South. Some people consider the mountains of North Carolina, East Texas, Southern Arkansas, North Florida, and West Tennessee to all be part of the Deep South, but again, that is debatable.